Hello, boys and girls. This is your video lesson for Tuesday, May 12th for Language Arts. And this week you are working on abbreviations. So I have abbreviations written here, but this list is a little combination of abbreviations and contractions. So remember, contractions are when we take two words and we make them one shorter word, and we always have an apostrophe, like he's is short for he is. So we have, this stands for doctor. We have he's, street, I'm, short for I am, wasn't, short for was not. This APR is April. It's an abbreviation for the month of April. She'll is short for she will. Mon is the abbreviation for Monday. And this DEC is the abbreviation for the month of December. So here I have some sentences using abbreviations. So let's go ahead and read through these sentences. Mr. and Mrs. Ying can't go to the beach until Friday, August 5th. I'll walk to the park on Post Avenue this Sunday if it's sunny. Mrs. Jones doesn't want to go to the game November 9th if her daughter isn't playing. So now you guys are ready to pause the video and go ahead and do page 497 in your Readers and Writers Notebook. These are your spelling words at the top. They are all abbreviations, so please note that they start with a capital and they've got a little period there. Write the abbreviation for the underlined word in the sentence. I lived on Peachtree Street. So the street is underlined. You're going to write the abbreviation for the word street right here. You'll do that with all of the underlined words. And then on the bottom of the page, circle the correct abbreviation for each sentence. Now we're going on to pages 398 and 399 in your Reading Street book. We have multiple meaning words. So, context clues. While reading, you may come across a word that has more than one meaning. For example, bat means a stick used to hit a ball. Bat also means a flying animal. You can use context clues to determine the relevant meaning. So context clues means the sense of the sentence. Number 1, try the meaning you know. Does it make sense? If not, the word may have more than one meaning. Number 2, read on and look at the nearby words. Can you figure out the meaning from the context? Number 3, try the new meaning in a sentence. Does it make sense? Read America's flag. Use context clues to find the relevant word meaning of the multiple meaning words. And now you have words to write. Reread America's flag. Write about what the flag means to you. Use words from the words to know list. So you can just write a sentence down there about what the flag means to you. So, America's flag. We call it the red, white, and blue. We call it the stars and stripes too. These are nicknames for the American flag. You can probably guess why people call the flag by those names. Look at the pictures of the flag. What colors do you see? You see red, white, and blue. What patterns do you see? You see stars and stripes. People hang the flag outside of their homes on special holidays such as the 4th of July. That is our country's birthday. On that day long ago, the American colonies declared their freedom from England. But you don't have to wait for a holiday. You can fly your flag anytime you want. When you look at it, think of what it stands for: America and freedom. So now you guys are ready to go on to do page 498 in your Readers and Writers Notebook. It's about multiple meaning words. Circle the correct meaning for the underlined word in each sentence. Use the other words in the sentence to help. Then write a sentence for the multiple meaning word using a different meaning of the word. So that's what you're doing on this page. You can pause the video while you do that. And now I have prepared for you a little video of the main selection, the story Red, White, and Blue, the story of the American flag.
Red, White, and Blue, the story of the American flag, by John Herman, illustrated by Shannon Sternweiss. Genre: informational text often gives facts about real people, places, and events that reflect history or the traditions of communities. Look for facts as you read. Question of the week: what traditions and celebrations involve our country's flag?
We all know the American flag. Its bright colors fly at baseball games. It flies at 4th of July parades. We even see it on clothes. Our flag has lots of nicknames, like Old Glory and the Red, White, and Blue. Sometimes it's called the Stars and Stripes. But where did our flag come from? Who decided what it would look like? The truth is that no one knows for sure. Back in the 1700s, America didn't have a flag. It didn't need one. It wasn't even a country yet. It was just 13 colonies. The colonies belonged to England. The English flag flew in towns from New Hampshire to Georgia. But as time went on, the 13 colonies didn't want to belong to England anymore. Americans decided to fight for their freedom. A war began. It was the American Revolution. Now a new flag was needed, an American flag. Who made our first flag? Some people say it was a woman named Betsy Ross. Maybe you've heard of her. Betsy Ross owned a sewing shop in Philadelphia. She was famous for her sewing. The story is that one day a general came to see her. The general was George Washington. He was the head of the American Army. General Washington wanted a new flag. It would make his soldiers feel like a real army, fighting for a real country. He wanted Betsy Ross to make this flag. He drew a picture of what he wanted. Betsy Ross made some changes. Then she showed the picture to General Washington. He liked it. Betsy Ross sewed the flag, and that was the very first Stars and Stripes. That is the story, and it's a good one. But is it true? Betsy Ross's grandson said it was. He said that Betsy told him the story when he was a little boy, and she was an old woman of 84. But there is no proof for this story. So what do we know for sure? We know that during the Revolution, the colonists used lots of different flags. But once the colonies became the United States of America, the country needed one flag, the same flag for everybody. So on June 14th, 1777, a decision was made. The flag was going to have 13 red and white stripes. The flag was also going to have 13 white stars on a blue background, one for each of the 13 colonies. Now the United States had a flag. Congress had picked the colors and the stars and stripes. But Congress did not say where the stars and stripes had to go. So the flag still did not always look the same. People could put them any way they liked. Sometimes the stripes were up and down, like this. Sometimes the stars were in a circle, like this. But nobody minded. Up and down, or side to side, the stars and stripes still stood for the United States. Over the years, the flag became more and more important to people. In 1812, the United States was at war with England again. British soldiers came to America. They sailed up our rivers. They marched down our streets. They even burned down the White House, the home of the president. But in the early morning light, he saw the stars and stripes. On the night of September 13, 1814, British soldiers bombed a fort in Maryland. All that night, a man watched the fighting. His name was Francis Scott Key. He was afraid. What if the American soldiers in the fort gave up? But in the early morning light, he saw the stars and stripes. It was still flying above the fort. He knew American soldiers had won the battle. Key felt very proud. He wrote a poem about the flag on the fort. The poem was "The Star-Spangled Banner." Later, the poem was put to music. This song about our flag became a song for our whole country. The flag that Francis Scott Key saw had 15 stripes and 15 stars. Why? Because by then there were two more states, Vermont and Kentucky. Our country was getting bigger. People were heading out west. In time, more places were going to want to be states. Soon, there would be too many stripes to fit on the flag. Congress had to do something. So in 1818, this is what was decided. The flag would go back to 13 red and white stripes. And in the blue box would be one white star for each state. Every time there was a new state, a new star would be added. At last, the stars and stripes looked the same everywhere it flew, and Americans were proud of their flag. They took the flag with them as they moved west. The flag crossed the Mississippi River and the great grassy plains and the Rocky Mountains. It made it all the way to California. More and more states were added to the country, and more stars were added to the flag. By 1837, there were 26 stars on the flag. By 1850, there were 31. The United States in 1850. One country, one flag. But then, in 1861, something happened. Our country split in two. 11 states in the South broke away from the United States of America. They started their own country. It was called the Confederate States of America. Abraham Lincoln was President of the United States. He said all the states had to stay together. War broke out, the Civil War. It was a very sad time in the history of our country. The 11 southern states stopped flying the Stars and Stripes. They had their own flag. In the North, some people wanted 11 stars taken off the Stars and Stripes. But Abraham Lincoln would not do that. He said the states would get back together. He was right. The Civil War ended in 1865. The North won. And the United States was one country under one flag again. On June 14, 1877, the flag had a birthday, a big one. It was 100 years old. All across the country, people had picnics and parties and parades. June 14th became a holiday, Flag Day. Today, our flag has 50 stars for the 50 United States of America. Some flags are huge. One weighs 500 pounds. It is flown every 4th of July from the George Washington Bridge. The American flag flies in towns and cities from coast to coast. And that's not all. In 1969, 2 American astronauts were the first people ever to land on the moon. The astronauts took lots of moon rocks back to Earth. They also left something on the moon, the Stars and Stripes. And do you know what? Our flag is still flying there.
Okay, so now you are ready to do page 499 in your Readers and Writers Notebook. So this page is all about quotation marks. So let's take a look at the directions. Quotation marks, and here's a little picture of what they look like, show the beginning and ending of the words that someone says. The speaker's name and the words such as said or asked are not inside the quotation marks. So basically, quotation marks show the beginning and ending of the words that someone says. So you see them at the beginning and the ending of the words that someone says. So you are, sorry about that, guys. You are a grand old flag, said George M. Cohn. Let's have a parade, said Betsy. Ross asked, what kind of parade should we have? So you are going to add quotation marks next to each sentence. Okay, so you are going to add quotation marks in each sentence. So you are going to put one at the beginning and one at the end of all of the words that the person says. Next, I have an idea web for you to get started on your descriptive poem. So you're going to describe something in your poem. You can write a poem or a song. It's up to you. So your topic will go here, and then I want you to write items that can describe your topic in the bubbles, okay? That's all I need you to do for now. Don't worry about doing the rest of the writing. Just get some ideas down. So start thinking about something that you want to describe, and then the descriptions of it, okay? And that completes your lesson for today. You guys are doing great, and I'll see you in the Zoom meeting.